This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the steroid family tree today. How each anabolic androgenic steroid is derived from the testosterone molecule and what that family tree looks like and each steroid that lives in it. It blows my mind how many people do not know this, that every anabolic androgenic steroid is derived from testosterone. We're going to talk about it in just 1 second. All right, as I mentioned in the opening, all steroids are derived from testosterone. We have 3 branches of the steroid family tree. We have the DHT, the dihydrotestosterone branch. We have the 19-nor testosterone branch. And we have the testosterone branch. And there's various anabolic androgenic steroids that sit in each of those branches. And there are alterations of those parent compounds. So, in the dihydrotestosterone branch, we have DHT derivatives do not aromatize, so they don't convert to estrogen. You don't need an aromatase inhibitor with DHT-derived anabolic androgenic steroids. It won't do shit for you. They have a strong binding affinity for the androgen receptor. They do not convert via 5-alpha reductase to dihydrotestosterone. They're already reduced. So, for those of you nimrods that take your 5-AR inhibitor, your finasteride, thinking that's going to keep you from going bald from taking Winstrol, it don't do shit. So, you're wasting your time. They have a weak anabolic interaction due to the 3-alpha hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. Now, there are modifications of the molecule that do this. So, straight DHT is not very anabolic, even though it binds strongly. We have 19-nor testosterone. For those of you that are layman's, that would be DECA. Everybody calls it DECA. It's really nandrolone. 19-nor testosterones have the carbon molecule altered at the 19th position. They have lower androgenic sides. They have weak 5-alpha reductase interaction, so they typically don't convert very heavily via 5-alpha reductase. They aromatize more slowly than testosterone. Some of them not at all, like trembolone, for example. And they have very strong anabolic effects. Then we have our testosterone derivatives. Testosterone is the parent male hormone. Testosterone derivatives convert to DHT via 5-AR, and they convert to estrogen via aromatase. And in the case of D-bol, it converts to methyl estradiol. All right, so here is the tree. At the top of the tree, we have testosterone. The various testosterone derivatives that we have, I'm sure I missed some here, guys, so don't shoot me if I missed something here. We have testosterone, we have methyl testosterone, we have halotestin, we have D-bol, we have T-bol, and we have equipoise under the testosterone column. If I recall correctly, don't quote me on this, so don't shoot me if I'm wrong on this one. But if memory serves me correctly, D-bol was the first synthesized anabolic androgenic steroid. In the 19-nor testosterone column, we have nandrolone, commonly known as DECA or NPP, for you turd heads out there that don't know that DECA and NPP are actually nandrolone. We have tren, and we have mint. In the dihydrotestosterone, the DHT column, we have proviron, masteron, primobolan, anadrol, winstrol, and anavar. Now, you have to keep in mind with each of these compounds, they are modifications of the parent compound. So, scientists, some enterprising scientists back long ago, there are people, as far as I know, there's probably some mad scientists out there that's trying to develop new steroid derivatives. But, for the most part, there hasn't been mass, at least commercial pharmaceutical research into this stuff in a long time. But they made modifications of the parent molecule to try to enhance various effects, depending on what they were used medicinally for. So a lot of the DHT derivatives were, like masteron comes to mind, where masteron, for example, was used for breast cancer treatment. So when they made masteron, they tried it to lower the androgenic effects and maximize the anabolic effects of the hormone. So a lot of these where they tried to make a true anabolic. They never really got to one that is purely anabolic, but primobolan's probably the closest thing. So you have to go back through and look at what the parent or what the original hormone was used for medicinally to see, like anavar, if I recall correctly, was used to burn victims. Anadrol was used as a treatment for anemia to increase red blood cell count. So when you are red as a turnip when you're taking anadrol, it's because your red blood cells count is through the roof, your hematocrits through the roof. So they all are selectively modified. In the testosterone column, you have D-bol, which essentially, from what I recall, was an attempt to make an oral anabolic version of testosterone, something along that line. But D-bol does, some nasty stuff. That is something I want to point out, because D-bol was, I said that it was the first. It may not have been the first, but from what I recall, that it was the first synthetic anabolic androgenic steroid outside of testosterone that was, they tried to make it selective, but it is version 1. So keep that in mind for those of you D-bol lovers that say D-bol is king. It is version 1. So it was their first try at making an AAS. So I have tons of steroid profile videos. I have an entire playlist up if you want to go through and see what each and every steroid does for yourself. You can do that and check those out. I will probably be updating those at some point, but this gives you a rough idea of what these different steroids do. Now, when you're building cycles out, this is another thing. Like, I see guys that stack multiple steroids together, and they have no idea why they're stacking them together. So what we do when we stack steroids is we leverage the properties of the unique properties of those steroids. So if you think about it, you want to put things together that do different things or add some additional benefit that just not doing a higher dose of something else would do. So, for example, there's only so high you can run testosterone before you run into problems. You run into heavy DHT and estrogen conversion. So you throw an anabolic in like primobolan that does not convert to DHT and does not convert to estrogen. You eliminate those problems and you isolate more of the anabolic properties of the hormone. So you would add that to your testosterone once you reach a point where it makes no sense to take additional testosterone because of the side effects that come along with the DHT and estrogen conversion. Likewise, for other things, so for example, if you were looking to leverage something that's going to bring a little bloat for a powerlifting competition, then maybe you might want to use some D-bol. Or something that is a D-bol converts to methyl estradiol, which is a souped up version of estrogen that's even more powerful than regular estradiol. will bloat the fuck out of you. That's why people look like Stay Puft Marshmallow Men on D-Ball. But there are situations where that may be an advantage. Maybe you're prepping for a powerlifting competition, like I said, and you need that extra bloat to give you some leverage. Something to think about. Something like Anadrol that increases force production. Anadrol is a strong CNS driver. So Anadrol is well known for being probably, Anadrol or halotestin drive the CNS, and you're instantly stronger when you're on them. It's not that you have accumulated more muscle tissue. It's that it's driving a CNS motivation, making you stronger. So look at the selective properties of these compounds. And I remind turkeys again, this is another thing that I want to remind everybody, that these compounds are SARMs. I know dudes think that there's something magic about the goofy SARMs that are out there. These are the original SARMs. They are SARMs that actually work, actually have some clinical research behind them, and have years and years of use. So Primobolan is a SARM, D-Ball is a SARM, Equipoise is a SARM, Tren is a SARM. They are selective androgen receptor modulators. They provide a specific action off of the androgen receptor. So they are SARMs. All right, guys, that's all I got for you on this one. Hopefully you find this one helpful. Take care. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.